Alright. Good night everyone. Good night everyone. All football fans from near and far, local and abroad. This is another episode of the Saudichress show. Let me welcome you all to this, the show that will bring you entertainment, sports and education. And as promised, tonight's show will be one that no fan whatsoever would like to miss this. Because as the DJs would say, to miss is to this. And so with us tonight we have a very smart and interesting person that I'm sure that many of you, my fans and also wishers of the Saudichress show, football fans in general in Jamaica would love to hear from. Based on feedbacks, of course, you know that on this show we brought to you so far a lot of coaches from wide and coaches from near. However, tonight we want to ensure that we touch base with not just a smart coach, not just a wonderful person, but of course someone who is very close to us. So ladies and gentlemen, as we continue, we ask that you subscribe, like and share to this Saudichress show, because this is the only way that the show can grow, and in an effort to take you wherever you want to go as it relates to sports, education and entertainment. So without your input, ladies and gentlemen, it will be really hard. It will be a very difficult task for us to do. And so we continue to ask that you share, you like, and you subscribe. I want to welcome all the new faces, the new fans tonight, those who are joining us for the very first time. Welcome to you all, and a special welcome to the ladies as well, because we understand this is the year that many ladies in general could show their colors for football, not just schoolboy football or Premier League in Jamaica, not just the BPL or the La Liga, but guess what? World Cup here that brings out the very best in our ladies. I can tell you that. And we talk about World Cup, I tell you there were some very interesting scenarios today. And so we'll be touching base at some of those and so on. Remember, you can call in via WhatsApp to share with us and to say your piece, to ask the questions and to give your suggestions, because this will be a fruitful discussion. So if you look on your screen, our WhatsApp numbers are 501 6625 or 423 8454. Again, I want to give a special shout out and a big up to our sponsors and our main sponsors, PIBA, the Pasadena Ballers Association. Without you, we wouldn't be the same to which we are tonight. We also have other sponsors, Toad and Nose Heating and Cooling System, coming out of New York. We want to also big up Deja Vu Retro Party. You know, the man they call Bobby. Has so many names. From Summerfield. Also with us, we have Dallas Fine Cut Barbering coming out of California. Taste of the Island Restaurant, managed by Leo Parker Anderson out of St. Petersburg in Florida. We also, ladies and gentlemen, have Solid Rock Black Factory from Mapen, managed by Wazin Thomas, aka Bro. And all of these so far are members of the PIBA Association. Big up on yourself, can't stop. We also have the Satisfaction Entertainment and Electronics crew coming out of St. Ann, Ocherez to be exact, and Juki Shipping out of New York. We also have the new kid on the back, as these VIP services coming out of Colorado. So if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, we are far and wide. Our sponsors are not just local, but also overseas. This speaks volume to this show, and so welcome to you all. And again, we say Alright, so we know that we have persons coming in, there will be persons joining very late, and we won't be keeping those of you who are here just now for too long before we actually get into the meat of the matter. And so tonight I want you to help me to welcome the coach of the Edinalin football team, Tafari Burton, the man they call Ras. Big up yourself, Tafari. Welcome to this the Saudichress show. First time we have you on set, and I must say that you're live worldwide on the Saudichress show. I'm sure for this year, this may very well be the first TV interview, international interview for you. Only on the Saudichress show, people will be able to see you. So, Mr. Burton, welcome to you, sir.
Yeah, man, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Okay. Right. So, Mr. Burton, here, I must say to you, sir, you probably figured that majority of our fans are Edinalin fans. Majority. This is how it actually started. And so we are expecting to have a whole lot of people coming in. I'm sure that you have shared the link as well. So your fans, different outside of Edinalin, will be here as well. So, Mr. Burton, I want you, sir. There could be no better person to introduce you than Tafari himself. Tafari, I want you to tell the viewers who Tafari is, where Tafari is from, and when did Tafari started his coaching career, the journey of Tafari in short. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay, thanks again. Thanks again for having me. And a blessed good night to all the viewers. I have listened to this show and I really admire and appreciate what is happening right now. And I'm just saying, continue the good work. But who is Taffy? Because most people know me as Taffy.
Yes.
It's a long story. I'm gonna try some long story as much as possible. And I know we can't stay long on one. Right. Originally from Kingston, East Kingston, Camperdown Road. Used to live right across from the high school, Camperdown High School. And journeyed from there as a toddler. When we were here in school, you have to go and start with
Yes.
Forward the rural area. That's where I attended Edinalin High School. Before that, we're in the rural area. Most people probably are familiar with a place called Spalding, but there's a nearby community about 7 minutes out of Spalding, called Baileystown. Right? That's where I used to live. Nice little rural community, quiet, nice people, But as I said, attended Edinalin from 7th grade, right? And first Rasta to go Edinalin. Yes, man.
Big up yourself, Rasta.
That's where I met persons like yourself, from Kingston, Kingston's a place where a lot of football play. So I was very familiar with youth football, grassroots football, and coming to Edinalin, that's where I started to learn more as a student and as a player, how to play the game more, learn more about the game, got introduced to other players, my first year after Casa Cup was 1992, and that's the year you were the captain. captain. And
so hold on, I just say, big up your captain. Better than that, man. You can't just talk about captain. Who was your captain? Come on, Taff. Who was your captain? Come on, Taff.
Kevin Saudichress. Kevin Saudichress. You know, and
yes, boss.
Yes, boss. I had no regrets, you know, good leader even to this day, right? And obviously, it's shown now, you know, and went to semi-final that year.
Alright, hold on, Taffy. Hold on a bit. I know you have a lot to say. I know you're a man full of talk. Man, you know, you're no different from the entertainers of Jamaica and real DJs. But before you go further though, yes, you started to do that at grade 7. That means you have moved from Kingston to Clarendon maybe in around at age 11 or 12. Am I right? 11 or 12. Am I right?
Yeah.
How did you find the country living at such a age? The fact that you just moved from Kingston to country, you know, as you call it. How was it? Did you find it comfortable? Were you okay? Or you actually missed out?
Alright. You know, not them time in a Saudi, you know, probably even to now, leaving Kingston and going to, you know, changing the address to a rural community. You know, at first, probably for the first, you know, month or so, you know, there are things that you have to adjust to. But Saudi, for me, we grow like a chameleon, you know, easy to adjust to things and tolerate, you know what I mean? So it wasn't that hard. It was fun. It was fun because you know enough youths in the community. You know at that time met like even the brethren them now same way. You know with most of them went to Edwin. You know and new in the community they made me feel like I am no stranger. So it wasn't hard to adjust. You know. Yes, man.
Okay, that's nice. So Taffy, are you coming from a family with strong football background? Are you just take on that thing and you just like football and you start? What was your family background as it relates to football?
I mean, my family always loved football, but strong background in a sense of, you know, any uncle or father used to play it. No, they just always just have that love for it. You know, brothers play, but you know, no uncle or father or my father didn't play, but we always have that love for it. As youth I grow, we're always in an environment where a lot of football play, a lot of play. You know, the town, football play on the road. If you go at a building top ball, you can't go inside, you can't tire as a little you. So we grow around it and grow to love it.
Okay. Alright. So you have transformed. You went to Edwin at a tender age. I'm sure that it would have been some level of uncomfort. Maybe you don't want to speak, or maybe you don't even remember. It's such a long time. But you know, as you mentioned, the first Rastafarian to attend Edwin as a student. How did you feel? How did you climatize? What was what were the main challenges you faced as a Rasta youth, a little Rasta, a little Bobo Dread as you would call it, coming to school with nobody else like you.
Well, seventh grade was very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. There's a lot of things that I would say on this platform, but the most uncomfortable I've ever felt as a Rasta was seventh grade. After that, I was basically good though. But seventh grade was very, very uncomfortable. You know, students seeing another student with locks. Most of them were surprised, shocked. And 50% of them were very disrespectful. One of the things that they thought would have been disrespect, which it wasn't. I used to smile about it when like say Bobo Trek, you know. I used to laugh because I used to think that I was hurted when they say that. You know, although I'm on it from a Nyabingi family still, same Rasta, you know. Like orange and grey.
Yes.
All of them are fruits, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you know, 7th grade was the most uncomfortable feeling I've had as a Rastafarian. But after that, I was good, you know. After 7th grade, I was good.
Okay. So, at which grade or which age did you join the football team?
No, you're sorry.
Okay, sorry. Yes. Anything now?
Oh,
Good.
yeah, I'm hearing you
At what age or which grade did you actually join the football team at Edinburgh? Did you start it out with U14 and U16 or you just went straight into Lancaster?
No, man, hey, Edunallen is one of the best school where football is concerned from them times. Why? At that time, you know, the football program there wasn't a program. When I started a program, you could just run into. You know, there's a lot of talent. Numerous of kids, very talented. And you have the under 14, which I played under 14. I got invited to under 14 from a key class, right? And it was coached by Mr. Robinson. We used to call him Mr. Robbie. And I played under 16 too, right? And I evolved from there to under 19, which is the Costa Cup. But you know, very special program at that time, man. Trust me.
Okay. So you really get your buzz and get popular in 1992, where you started to apply the trade in the Dakar Cup competition. Again, this must have been another challenge for you. You know, trying to make a team with other students, other players who are not Rastafarian, who have not been, you know, we know football thing go on camp. Tell me, how did you survive? How did you really, what helped you to stick around based on the challenges that you faced?
Well, to be honest with you, when I got invited to the Costa Cup camp when I was in 8th grade, because I first played the Costa Cup when I was in 9th grade, right? So leaving 8th grade, I got invited, went to trials and got invited to camp. Now, as I said to you, my discomfort as a Rastafarian was 7th grade. 8th grade was better, you know. My mother was friends with one of my brethren from them time. There, a youth named Leo Anderson, we call him Paka.
Oh.
You know, he and I grew like a brother from that time. You know, and they are from the community that Edunallen is in, Frankfield. So Leo footballer too, and it was easy for me to be on camp because I had a friend who is from the community. You know, football camp, it doesn't matter if you're a Rastafarian, yes or no. Football camp is never like home. So, you know, you have to just learn to tolerate and learn to adjust, right? One of the good things about it is that as a Rastafarian, as you asked about it, our chef, we used to call him Colonel Mr. Cole, you know, he never eat meat. So, you know, I remember my first day in camp, you know, he said to my mother that, you know, that's how I knew from that day, don't eat meat. And he said, this is the pots I'm going to cook in for me and him. So my meals were separated and I was, you know, very happy about that. You know, so I wasn't worried about that. The challenge was basically making the Dakar Cup team because, you know, the players that were there, you know, they weren't the regular PE players. You know, they weren't the regular physical education players. They were players who played Premier League and, you know, they were developed from grassroots coming up. So the challenge was there. And I myself, it's not like I was, you know, one of those little players who would have gotten visa. I put up a challenge too. You know, so
hold on a minute.
With their talent, my talent,
hold on a minute.
everybody tried to train and
hold on a minute,
better.
Taffy. Taffy, hold on a minute. I'm getting a response in the chat where some person saying that there's a feedback and it is sort of terrible. I'm not sure how or where it is. I heard a little thing, especially when you're talking. I'm trying to figure it out, see if I can mute maybe a few of the system. But I'm gonna invite my tech person in to just need to know where the feedback is coming from. Is it from my side? Um, let me see what's happening. Let me see what they are saying in the chat, Taffy. Well, in the chat, good, good morning. It's night, Christopher. I know, yes, Bap. I know, so you get your side gone home, so you probably turn full, right? I'm getting a call, so let me accept this one. Good night. You're live on the Saudichress show. Good night.
It must be live. Hello.
Yes, sir. Good night. Good night.
Kevin, we take. Who got here? The great celebrity coach. Good night, General. How are you, sir?
Blessed, man. Give thanks. Oh, that's all I mess up.
Him say one man. Call me from a number I don't even know.
David Engine.
Blessed love. All is well, coach. Mightyful.
There, give a thanks,
man. Mightyful, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm checking by the history and the geography, you know. Yeah, man. Because I can't tell you now, because, you know, the start time tonight was at the institution, you know. Yeah, man. I see the movements are ready to join, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, amongst the big boys, no joke, bro. Yeah, man. But even that's very quick now, yeah, man. I'll congratulate for your success and your duty to that institution, but calling really tonight for us ask, because when I get a chance to see another group to tell us who was the team that carried in the World Cup, you know what I'm
saying? Hold on, say that again. I'm not hear the last part, Engine.
Yeah, man. I never get a chance to hear which team is carrying out this World Cup, yeah, you know?
Oh, I'm born Brazilian, man.
Okay, so you're part of the tribe, which is nice. I don't have much to say that. I don't have much to say celebrity coach, but, you know, so we keep kicking, but, you know, it's a learning experience, and, you know, so we can learn a lot from it already, you know what I'm saying? I've got a discussion. For me, though, for Brazil, today, bro, I know them. If we never been Serbia, here for Serbia, Croatia from the first 45 up to the end of the game, bro, we know it's going to be a tough start. You know what I'm saying? We did Croatia, you know what I'm saying? That's when we had our game actually from the first 45. You might agree with me or you might not. So let me know. And let me hear what you think, bro.
Well, to speak a little on that is that there's a lot of expectation. There's a lot of expectations for Brazil, you know, and people are forgetting that just like how Brazil planned, the opponent planned as well. And Croatia has never been a walkover team. You know, people will say that. Yeah, well, for me, say that again, Engine?
Yeah, that's they weren't a pushover from even when we entered the World Cup 1998 or historical visit.
Exactly. And, you know, I expected a great challenge from Croatia, you know, and I think Brazil expected it too. You know, whatever Croatia did today in regards to gameplay, it was no surprise for me. You know, I knew that Croatia wasn't going to allow Brazil to just play their own game and get past them. And I knew that Croatia wasn't going to give up. You know, there's a lot can be said about the game. You know, tactically. You know, things about game management as well. But you know, that's how football goes. You have to manage every moment, every minute, and do it at your best. You know, I think Brazil could have came through victorious based on how the game went, especially after the 90 plus minutes, you know. But it wasn't managed well for me.
Another quick question to
It reached.
Do you think there's always a specific winner in a penalty shooting, or it can go both ways? Now my philosophy is that it's
No,
not
man,
you can pick five teams to win a penalty shootout on that given day.
No, for me, Engine is that you see a penalty shootout. My take on it, penalty shootout is like when you go at the lottery place and buy a lot of tickets.
Right.
It's a chance, yeah. You know, there's no specific person to win. You know what I mean? But you know, before the penalty, you know, I think we could have managed the game a bit. But in the penalty, you know, a lottery, you know, any keeper could have saved one of them because the first two Croatian kick was straight down the middle. If the keeper never moved, you know, the game would have different.
Yeah, what analyze that situation? I mean, like, as I said, in a situation like that, the best team can be lost in our penalty and the worst team can become a winner. And I use the example in our team as well, earlier during the game I played, and I was using the example of Manchester and Central. When Central is so crucial, also Manchester. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, everybody now expect like Manchester to win, but Central get the best of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hold on there. Gregory. You know, is it that I believe that some of us use this whole thing as an excuse, you know, especially when we're on the losing side, that it can go anywhere, you know. Because hold on. Give me a chance. Let me just put across and listen to my view. I do understand and I respect that view too, because sometimes I have that view. But the truth of the matter is, in a regular play, in regular 90 minutes or extra time play, if the players are not at their best or them not good, they will miss the chances, similarly like how they miss the penalty. Because there are sometimes a player get even a one-on-one with a keeper and kick it directly to the kicker or kick it wide. It is basically not the same thing like the penalty shootout. So to me, is the mental toughness of a man in front of goal. Go again.
As we growing up at some point in time, you have some coaches who are stepping in and telling the players you are aware of this. Well, in something and some football philosophy, you know, you have players who just stay still because reserve just to keep penalty in case a penalty shootout, you know. It's not to be the starting level, the five changes that time. You indicate that can be alright, they will have a penalty shootout and have some specific players forward in. So far.
Exactly, because it has to do with those players, their mental toughness, their preparation, and their comfortable in such a situation.
During the playoff game, those guys will miss it and then take the chances to win the by kicking out and do the same. That's what I'm saying. If we can't look at it as that, you get me?
Boss,
because even I just imagine, I use the same example also for something. You know what I'm saying? So in other time, Jamaica, we have one night of the best goalkeeper, yeah? We have clear lines of penalty stop ago. So, you know, game situation when we see coming to the nitty-gritty like that to make a son. We get old man back to clear lines because we know that the one might be looking up the shield 1 or 2 miles. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, let me hear Taffy respond to that.
Okay.
Alright, now there are things that we have to pay attention to. You know, the coach for Brazil, just like we, knew that this is a game where a winner have to come out of it. Pay attention to the substitutions that he made. Rodrigo was one of the substitutions that came on, right? He didn't just make the substitution to try and win the game before the 90 minutes up. He knew that, hey, that kid is a good penalty kicker based on training. He not to say, you know that, you know, because he already know that this game can go down into penalty. All the changes that he made, the coaching staff must have thought through it, think through it, and planned it from the day before. So when Rodrigo went up to take the first penalty, all confidence were there, regardless of age. And the next thing is, World Cup is the highest level of football. When you are playing for Brazil and find yourself there in that team, come on. All confidence must be in Rodrigo to kick that penalty. It never kicked. I don't think it was the best shot to a goal, but I know it's something must plan.
That's why I say I agree with you, Taffy. That's why I say I am not gonna say that penalties could go anywhere. Not truth. The persons who have the calmest head and the best techniques will win, will not miss. Similarly, listen, it was in the extra time that Neymar scored. You see that goal, man? The game was so cagey in my opinion, so I believe that game needed a moment of brilliance.
And that's where the game should have managed from.
Exactly, very poor game management, I believe.
That's where the game should have managed, and I was surprised with how Brazil continued after that.
No, you see, they brought on to me Fred to do more of a defensive midfielding, and Fred lost the ball high up in the field. That same ball that Croatia won and went on to score from. The player who's supposed to be protecting, the defense. But that's the nature of football, and we want to come back to that. So, Gregory.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm going to give you a minute to wrap up your talk. You can call back, but you know that this is a show that many people want to participate, and we have some time to go.
No worries, bro.
Okay.
No worries, bro. Yeah, man. Sir, let me take the time out and bring up Mr. Ajit and the inspiration days. You get me?
Okay.
Blessings, Ajit.
I'm great friend of ours, Coach Taffy. Yes, Coach Taffy, and I hear this keeper calling about the invitation about moderator bill tomorrow, so would you make it, bro? If not, take your power bird weeks in bro.
Bird, what we going?
I'm not sure because I have two things planned for tomorrow, so I'm not sure. But I know that must be something great,
you know. Are you the one that I go too close? You the one that invitation?
No man, you're not too close, man. You're too close.
Mess up. Behave yourself, man. I don't. Everybody wants to enjoy the show. I don't want nobody sitting in your bed tonight, mess up.
Never to. I feel trouble even,
Alright, thank you very much, Gregory. Thanks for calling, as usual, putting in your little phone and information, Alright. So, Taffy, start the conversation, and we want to get back a little more about you now. Based on this discussion with Brazil football and the match today, what's your philosophy as it relates to football?
As I said Saudi before, is that the game wasn't managed properly. Right? If the game was managed properly, it would have reached penalties. It would have reached extra time, but not penalties. You see, being at the sideline as a coach, Saudi, there are things you can't afford to get carried away, and you can't afford to get distracted. You have to pay attention to simple details.
Mm-hmm.
It must be a difficult task with your opponent, playing against them and them playing against you for the game to go in extra time, right? You find yourself in extra time and you took the lead. Listen, man, call it as you wish. You want to say your park, bus or whatever, you gotta do that. It's just a little time you have. 15 minutes and a half, it's gonna run off real quick. Park the bus then. Win your game, advance to semi-final.
Taffy, to be honest with you, that 15 minutes probably would have been the longest 15 minutes Brazil ever played.
Yeah, but would you believe it? From the season start, from World Cup start, the worst I've seen Brazil defended was in this extra time.
And let me tell you,
because I like the strategy that they are defending with five, when you attack them, you're seeing 5 at the back, right? And the attacking numbers too. So when this goal score against them to equalize in a Saudi, when I look in, I see three players around there. It was a 4v3, you know? And I shook my head and said, look at it. Because I'm watching the game and I'm saying, why Brazil opening up like that?
Big man.
I can't understand why. Because what I would have done, listen. Neymar. You push him as a central forward now. Take him off the field. Put on 2D mid and just lock it.
You see, one of the things, Sir Taffy, and I want to get back because I want to get this out.
A lot of politics in them things that don't start it.
Yeah, that is true. And it's always been, because even at our local level, the politics is high. But let me ask you, your personal philosophy as it relates to football. Shed some light on that to us.
As a coach, again, please.
As a coach, what is your philosophy of football?
Oh, well, I mean, to create an environment that can help people around me, like the coaching staff and players, to evolve, in whatever they are doing. For the coaches around me, for them to evolve and be better at what they're doing. For players to evolve and be better technically, tactically, socially, and mentally. And that covers up a lot of things,
All right. So that's how we see it. Because, sometimes, when we are in the hot seat, it kind of move a bit different. All right. So, Taffy, we talk about your schooling and where you go. Where and when did your coaching career started?
Well, to be honest with you, the first time I coached was 2009,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But it wasn't anything major. It was in Kingston, at Vineyard Town, around Saudichress. It's a place I used to visit a lot, and I always drop a ball around there, and sometimes we'll go over Clan Clarty School or so, to play some ball, and Saudichress have a little feel as well. It's set up better now. We also play some little scrimmage there as well, and I say, we can build a Rasta team. But when we say build a Rasta team, we not just mean man with locks, because them place there, enough man as a Rastafari and them not grow them significance,
Yes.
So, right there, me and a Idrin named Kimati, in the Africa now.
Mm-hmm.
We used to, how them would I say, coach player coach, and till we form a little team and gather in some gear, some jersey and stuff, and and used to have players like, you will see him Simba will play for Marv Holiday. Yeah, man, from them Iowa, them dip on it, and
yes,
that's how it started. And I say, say coaching thing is not too bad, Yeah, man, and continued for a while. Gave it a break in 2012 though, and 2013 now is when I got involved with a high school called Alston High, working and stuff, and I have a brethren who used to go Clarendon College.
yes.
He was one of the senior teachers there, but he was a coach as well. A brethren named Valentine White.
Okay.
Used to call him Val.
Big up
My brother used to go to Clarendon College, and him asked me to pass through one of the day and pass through and see some stuff, and many of my reason after I said, Val, you have a lot of work, man, your hands full. And right away I realized that there were two other persons there assisting him that used to attend Evan Allen too.
Yes.
Yeah, man, Alric Thompson and a brethren of mine who he lives in Montego Bay now, called Mickey. As a matter of fact, enough respect to Mickey, because Mickey Scout, a player of mine from last season. You know, he's on scholarship now.
Okay.
You know, yeah, man. And we were there, also another school, a non-traditional school, for who know it, for who don't know it, and never used to do too well in schoolboy football. Never played under 14, they don't play under 14, don't play under 16, and that was one of the problems there. They had a little piece of let's say a little area. It wasn't a field, a little area about 35 yards long and about 20 meters wide, you know, and that's what we used to do at some little grid activities. And if we want to do something tactical, we had to go to either Kirkvine or Sanguinetti. You know, who know those places, you know, and
to get a good feel to play on.
It used to cost because you know it never encouraging either. Never encouraging because Alston don't have a school bus. So every move we move, it costs Alston a lot, you know.
Okay.
And one time I kind of ease up and, you know, Val did see me one other day and I say, come in, no man. But I didn't know Val plan. Val wanted to just probably stick to him teaching, you know, and I went back and, you know, helped him a little and they didn't do too bad that year, you know, and other year now they do a little better. You know, so I'm bridging him. I say, yo, no coach at the side of tough man because a 12 love side that.
But, so who gave you 12 love? Which school beat you 12 love?
No time, man. No time.
Okay.
You know? But I think Alston lost that way before I reached there.
Oh.
So that's why they used to say that.
Okay.
You know? Okay. Yeah, man. And so you know what? You know, Val decides him about just stick to him teaching and thing, and I was appointed as the head coach. And I said, all right, this thing I got asked for some sacrifice now, you know. And do what we need to do because we understand the sacrifice that we have to take. And good things start happening. The school starts set history now. Reach a second round for the first. You know,
wow.
Students start. To be honest with you, I met this Zen master or gaffer. You know him from a long time, but that's the time when I meet him. Vin Blaine. And good person, you know, man. A person with respect to the sky, man.
Okay.
I tell you, so that guy drive from JFF, come give me a couple sessions with Alston High in the country, you know, man. Yeah, man, a crowd gather when train and keep all the Sanguinetti, man.
So they say a national coach.
Yeah, and them time they know say I drive a national car from the seat and a national car, you know? Right have the colours and
yes.
Yeah, man, we did well and he helped me to get some of the boys on scholarship. Actually, some of them finished college now and working, you know? And you know how coaching goes. You know, you're not going to dead forever and stuff. And got an opportunity with some guys, with some people from Pennsylvania. You know, they came down and they came and watched a few games with Alston High at Sanguinetti and other venues. And I guess they liked what they saw. They went back up and called me from Pennsylvania, telling me that they want to make an elite team, but with players who are 16 and younger.
Oh.
Right? So they wanted a team between age 13 and 16. And they wanted it from 7 schools. So I'm still at Alston at that time, you know. And they offered me the job. But it was a job I could take because training was only Saturday. And you're taking like 6 players, the 6 better players from the 7 schools to make one team. Schools were like the schools in my zone. And I had to go to Edwin Allen too and Clarendon College. But Clarendon College didn't show any interest in it. And that's where I met, that's the time I met even the captain from Edwin Allen. That's the time, Omaria Ferran. the student who captained Edwin last season.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right.
And
stick a pen there, Api. You mentioned that Alston never play under 16 or under 14. And
no, not when I'm there.
Right. I asked about
I have to do something.
So, from your perspective, you believe that under 14 and under 16 is the way to go in an effort to drive your senior program?
Yes, it's something I know, and you learn it in coaching courses. But before coaching courses, I learned that from I was at a tender age as a player, because I saw how I evolved, players like myself and even you, who were you Kevin Wittig was my captain at Edwin Allen. People like Tyrone James, Leo Anderson, Arvel Smalling, and talking to Messaman Cheney, sometimes they evolve just the same, and great things happen. And you cannot, if you're at age 16, and that's the time you decide to learn football, do something else. Football has to be learned from earlier, from years before. And that is why people like Ronaldinho and Messi them can show you video clips with themselves when they were 5 and 6 playing football. Okay. But the under 14 and the under 16 program in a high school is the best program to develop if you want to play on and win a silverware in under 19.
So Taffy, I'm going to ask you this. This may not so much apply to you, but you know the system and you know it goes in schoolboy football in Jamaica. If you so believe in under 14 and under 16, why is it that we go on are you and your coaching colleagues go on a wide-scale recruiting for your senior teams?
I wouldn't say a wide-scale recruiting. Why I wouldn't say, even if we wanted it to be a wide-scale recruiting, we couldn't get it done because the organizers limit us.
No, you couldn't get it done now. Couldn't get it done now.
Something that they call a quotation.
That is now.
One thing I'll tell you. When you're appointed as a head coach for a high school, the first thing you have to do is find out about the program in the school. For instance, when I just went to Edwin Allen, they had under 14 and under 16, but what they didn't have support for the football program, meaning a past student association. And I said to my HOD at that time, it was Mr. Nasib Brown, and I said to him that we need an association to support us. If we don't get that, the program makes no sense, right? Because the truth is, as you know, as I know you know, the government don't give cash for extracurriculars, right?
They don't give enough cash. They give cash, but they don't give enough cash.
Exactly. So, and sports takes a lot financially. So, all the schools that are doing well, being successful, they have the bucketing like that. So I told him that, we have to have something if we want to do something.
Yes.
Right? And I'm the type of coach, I'm not just going to coach every year for boys to just put on jersey. Just like any other coach, I'd want to win a silverware. But, it has requirements. It has requirements. There are ways, there are the what, the how, and the whys.
All right. So that means, you see, Taffy, what I was getting at, last year and this year, I think ISA have made it tougher for the recruiting of players based on the quotas and numbers. So there are some schools who play the under 14, under 16 teams, but many of those boys never get the opportunity to play under 19 because they would have had a separate program, more so from a recruitment drive for the under 19.
Yes.
You have never seen that?
There are schools like that, but not at Eduna.
Is it that you don't have the
recruit?
Is it that you don't have the facilities
and
or the money to recruit?
We do recruit, but not on that high number. You know, we it's not convenient for us to recruit on that high number either, right? But we do recruit, and I'll proudly say that because I think every coach recruit. Every coach I know recruit. We do recruit, but not on that high number. You see, the fact of the matter in a Saudi, you see, as a coach, especially schoolboy football in Jamaica, as a coach, one of the things you have to do, you have to understand that you have to learn to accept acceptance, right? Yes, and I'll elaborate a bit, right? You'll have 18 boys coming up from under 14, and they did well. They did well in under 16, even if they won it, right? But as the coach, you know that, hey, the truth is I only have one defender because the other three, they are not the way you would want them to be. And you're trying. But as the coach, you have to accept that, and you have to tell yourself that, listen, although you brought up those 18, you still need 2 more or 3 more to just fit the puzzle, and you're good.
So yeah, so them so bad, so you can't develop them.
You have tried,
okay,
right? But you have players who are more competent than some. You have played the sport before, right?
Understand, clearly, understand. All right. So, Coach Taffy, we're moving on to that as it relates to youth development in the schools. What's your take on the standard of schoolboy football this year? You know, maybe comparing to yesteryear.
I wow. I'm not impressed.
You're not impressed?
I'm not impressed, and I'll tell you why. I'm not impressed because, you know, students are making the same mistakes too many times. And it led me to win some games with some players who play in the competition for the first, and it even made me lost some games too. Right? The level is not the way it should be. Level is not the way it should be, you know. And for instance, I'll tell you this. In the summer, in August, I watched a game with Clarendon College and Arnett Gardens under 21 or under 20. And I saw something with the defense line, with Hodges. And throughout the game, they had the better of Arnett. But every time Arnett Garden get to make an attack, Hodges make the same mistake all the time. And I'm saying this kid is consistent with that. The mistake that he made is that when he goes wide, he trusts himself so much, he leans back and passes the ball to his twin defender. And when he passes the ball like that, it doesn't pass with enough pace. And I say, okay, it has become one habit. And that means he's going to do it against us as well. If you remember the first game I played against them, the field had rain had fell. And the same thing happened, right? He knows that the field upon water, and he still lean back him chest and pass the ball. Ball didn't pass with enough pace, and right before it could reach where it's going in the water, it went in water and slowed down. But my player didn't dress off too much. He zoned him, and I said, hey, prepare for this pass. And in his mind, he prepared. And luckily the water slowed it down, latches onto it, and that's how we got even the first goal of the game. You know, but it's not an easy team to beat, as you know, but stick to the point and the question that you asked. I wasn't impressed with schoolboy football this season, you know.
What give rise to that? Sir? What give rise to you not impressed?
It's just that Saudi, alright, guess what? It's one of the things that happened good enough that, you know, I don't know if other coaches pick up on it. There's a lot of YouTube channelers around.
Yes.
Right? So what it does, it gives coaches the opportunity to see a few minutes of other teams. And I realized that it's a mental thing with players. I'll give you this. I think coaches are trying their utmost best to prepare their teams. Honestly. Right? And players are being neglectful of a lot of things. And I know it's a mental thing. And that is why one of the things I plan on doing is that at my initial stage of training for next season, the first thing I'm going to do, especially for the first 2 weeks, is without the ball. Because the mental part of the game is one of the most important parts of the game for a player. And that is what's letting down schoolboy football a bit. Anybody know football in depth would tell you that, hey, I watch it, I love it, but I think the quality should be a bit better.
All right. So you're saying you need to work on the mental preparation. All right. So that's your take. Now, a little bit closer to you as a coach. What is your take on the standard or the performance of your Edunalin team this year?
Well, the team that I have, you know, I have to go to June. I'll speak quick, as I know you'll understand, the viewers will understand. First, I realize what I have, and I start understand the competency of the players. See that I have a very young team, boys who are becoming 15 September, October, you know, some others who are 17 and have never played a competition before. And I took the time out in May and June, start getting them technically better, just focusing on their technique. And July, you know, that's the vigorous part of the training, but I try to tweak it with a little more technicality because I understand the first round group that I am in, and I know my boys, they have to be able to pass the ball, they have to be able to control the ball, they have to be able to move tactically, meaning and technically, with and without the ball. So it's like you're doing a crash program, but at the same time, it's not a crash program. And I start seeing boys improving technically. And I say, okay, not the way I want them to, but better than how they look in May and June. And it became, August came up now, and I said, all right, time to start looking at them, you know, in games. Let's go in the game with some objectives and see what they're capable of.
All right.
Luckily, I was in the States Cup, and I went in a group with JC and Garvey. Garvey was the defending champions at the time. And I said, yes, man. You know, this is a good group for them, for us. This is going to show me every weakness. I was depending on JC and Garvey to show me every weakness that I can find with my team. And to be honest with you, they didn't do bad. They lost both games, but they didn't do bad based on the objectives. Because I remember JC game. I remember
Coach, I want you to stick up in. I want you to stick up in right there, Coach Taffy. Before you get into that, I just want to take a few in the chat and want you to listen up. I was expecting Joel to come in and assist me here. No, I'm just gonna take a few. Gabati, not sure who is Gabati, but yes, they're talking about the background noise. Anybody in the chat, could you just type to let us know if the background noise is still there? Or it is okay. Please and thanks. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Hailey hi to each and everyone. That's Gregory Mason. The show echoing Sir Sadi. Alright, thank you very much again. I just want to get a feedback and somebody type to let us know how it is now. Alright. Gregory again. A BR pure free feed front. Alright, so we're getting back. We're getting to it. I just want to have assistant there. Okay, alright, so yes, Gamma say it fix. It fix, brother. Respect. So we're nice and no more feedback. Alright, Tyrone James. Sound a bit better, but needing a little fine tuning. That's you're one of your past player teammate. The man they call Joe.
I'm a general now, man.
Hey, I will last see Joe, man.
Hey, you know, well, face to face.
Yeah.
From 1994.
Well, last see a picture or a video of Joe.
The other day. Just the other day.
I see him, Joe. What you see last time?
Brother, man, I mean,
big up yourself. Big up yourself, El Espanol.
Yeah, man. Anyway, that's Joe. Bless up, man.
Alright. Nobody phone. Big up Coach Taffy. Trevor, bless up celebrity coach. Hey, me I tell you, say you have a big name here, you. Me I tell you, you know. Yeah, man. I first I hear that, Taffy. You're a real celebrity coach, man. I say. Big up Tutu and Taffy. Sky the limit. I mean. Alright. Ramai Donaldson, you know that, man? Are your manager that thing? Yeah, man. Good, sir. Alright.
Right now.
Dallas Harris, FIBA chairman, Blessings family. Alright. Gabati, what's the plans going forward for the program? That's a question that seems for you, Taffy. I want you to answer that. Gabati asking, what is the plan going forward for the program? And he's saying too, that's my family school. How can I make a donation to push the program forward? What?
That sound like...
Taffy, answer those questions, Taffy. May I give you your opportunity? You want to know the plans for the program and you want to know how can he make a donation?
Well, I won't explain everything in the plans for the program, but I'll explain the most important part, right? First and foremost, I want to say, I'm answering the question. I want to say thanks to PIBA, the Past Student Association, who are supporting us.
Yes.
And in regards of the plans, you know, it is always to continue to in communication as one with PIBA, right, and our principal, so we can move together as a team. Now, the plans are, first and foremost, just as we talk about the grassroots, we need to get that better, right, in regards of preparation, right, the under 14 and the under 16, because, you know, we have no need to just continue to dwell on the silverware that has won. That has won already. So we have to improve on it, and everybody knows that it's full time we win the one that we really want. You understand? And in order to do that, things have to be put in place, right? I'll say this on the program. You know, Edwin Allen is a school that doesn't focus on just one sport, but only have one field. And part of the planning has to do with the field, because that's where you get the athletes better, you know. But we only have one field. I don't know how we're going to adjust that yet, but it's in the pipeline in some discussions.
To get another field?
Yeah, they're talking about it. I don't know if anything is going to be improved on it, or if we are going to get another one. But another one would be great, you know, because that would give us the opportunity to handle the program like a semi-academic.
All right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So, Taffy, with that in mind, though, what about the personnel? Do you have coaches for these different teams, under 14 and under 16?
Yes.
You
do? Because Coach Henry coached under 14 the other day, the under 14 and the under 14 and the under 16 was coached by Coach Henry and Coach Ferran.
I know you were very busy with Doncaster Cup, but what input did you make towards under 14 and under 16 this year?
Well, where that is concerned, you know, I'm the head coach for the football program, right? And the under 16 and the under 14, not coached by me, but coached under my philosophy, which was said earlier. So, you know, the coaches and I discuss some things and they follow according, you know. But one of the things, fighting a war without preparation or without good preparation, you have to fail. You know, we entered, but it was just like entered for good looks. So one of the things we're trying to do now is to see how we can get these kids start training before or longer before the competition, because they didn't start training until about a week and 3 days before. That's a week and a half before the commission started.
But Sir Taffy, hold on.
One of the problem we had was the person who to put in charge to coach them, because the Doncaster Cup was going on and the coaches were busy with the Doncaster Cup. And Mr. Ferran is a part of the Doncaster Cup program too. So he had to make the adjustment to slide across to help Coach Henry when it started.
But Sir Taffy, with all due respect, yes, all of those plans, I believe, would have put in place prior to even Doncaster Cup starting or prior to the school year. So, I believe and I would have thought that Coach Ferran would have known prior to even the Doncaster Cup commission starting in September. Say, well, guess what? In October or November, the under 14 or under 16 will start, so I'll have to slide, relinquish a few of my responsibilities from the Doncaster Cup, because I am solely in charge of. Oh, what about that? I mean, it didn't sound like you had that level of conversation, though.
Not with Mr. Ferran, but with my HOD, Mr. Dyke, I had this. He and I had spoke in length after we didn't enter under 16 in March, and you know, I fought for us to enter under 14, and he and I had a discussion. So going down into the summer camp as the head coach, being in charge of the Doncaster Cup, I didn't have my mind on that discussion anymore, because I was expecting my HOD to just take care of that.
Alright, hold on a bit. I want to get back to a few. I see some very interesting conversation in the chat. This person called Gabati. Gabati, can you call the program? We need to have a verbal conversation with you, sir. Right now, here and when. So, Gabati is saying that, well, he had made mention of that's my family school. How can I make donation? I asked Taffy to tell you that. And I've seen in the chat where the manager, the manager has put an account, a BNS account from Christiana for Edwin, a checking an account for him to make lodgement. But what I want to say to you, Gabati, and forgive me, Mr. Donaldson and the rest of the Edwin people, Coach Taffy. My view, I will say to you, you need to get in touch with PIBA and PIBA executives. Because PIBA right now is the body that is sponsoring or assisting the football program at Edunali. Now I'm saying this to say because we need more people on board, we need assistance so we could drive even our fundraising program to make things better. So I'm not saying you can't give to the school directly, but I'm also inviting you, Gabati, to come and be a part of this PIBA family. Wonderful organization, and we're moving wonders. Coach Cafe can tell you that this group is what makes Edwin Allen's success what it was last year and what it is now. So call the program and see if we can get in some more. No problem. Thank you very much, Mr. Donaldson. You know, it's one school and one aim. So we're still moving on. Alright? Gabati, where would that location be? Frankfield Primary or Turners? For the field, Taffy. Is it down at Frankfield Primary or down at Turners? Can't be Turners. Turners is a lock field.
I can't say much on it, Saudi.
Yes.
As I said, I know it's something that is been discussed, but you know, probably likely. You know, anything else more powerful, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. So we continue on our program. Here we have Coach Taffy. But people, I want to say a number of you is on the chat right now, and I'm not seeing the amount of likes per person. So please just take time out and hit the like button. It is very important. And for those who have never yet subscribed, because we are seeing some new people now, Gabati and some people coming on, I want you to subscribe to the Saudichress channel. I'm sure, based on what you have been seeing and hearing so far, it's very interesting and it should plan for you. It sets up a beautiful environment to which you want to be a part of. I can understand you, Gabati, and the interest that you have. So please, ladies and gentlemen, for the first year coming on, I'm asking you to make a subscription. Just subscribe. No cost a thing, just to hit the subscribe button and like and share the Saudichress channel. So we continue to move, Coach Taffy, as we take you on. So you mentioned of your team's performance with an interesting team. I want to make a point though, and I want you to zoom in.
I didn't reach their performance.
Oh, you didn't? Alright, so go ahead.
So alright, so to summarize it faster, that's how the summer ended, you know, with how they showed me some things in some practice games, and I said, okay, this doesn't look bad, you know. I realized something about my team though, you know. I realized my team wasn't the fastest team. I realized my team wasn't the most technical team, and I realized that they are not very experienced, right? Based on, you know, who I have. So I said, all right, just win Ben Francis. You can't enter back the competition and embarrass yourself. So you got to enter it with a strategy, you know, or strategies. And you know, I communicated with them in training, out of training, and make some plans. The first game against Kellets, you know, we won that game 4-0. Their performance was just like how the score went, you know. And the second game now against Lennon at Tollgate was an away game.
Hold a minute, Trevor.
You know, we won that game 4-1, and our performance was better than against Kelly, especially for the first half.
Okay.
Right? We outplayed Lennon in the first half, and for about 15 minutes in the second half, and then after that it was like a rumble in the jungle.
Alright, hold on, Taffy. Hold on a bit. Sorry to cut you. I want getting back to you on your performances, and I want you to make it a summary, so to speak. But let me just take a phone call. Trevor Whittick, you're live on the Saudichress show. Good night.
Yeah, man. Yes, sorry, hear me?
Yeah, man, loud and clear.
Yeah, man, first, big up the coach, the work and matter so far last year. We're not tired of this year, we got the final. And the same thing for
Yes,
us. So big
super.
up the coach, Yeah, man, and big up all of your listeners and viewers. Everybody, we are typing at the chat, everybody are calling, you see that?
Yes. Respect.
Yeah, correct. Blessings.
Coach Tuffy.
Yeah, man.
I hear Saturday and you made mention under 14 under 16. What part, as the head coach, you will play, in the under 14 under 16 program, being a technical director? What's your role in that?
Yeah, the TD. The TD.
Hey, Taffy, don't bother come with the TD thing, Expand on that, man. Expand on the TD thing, man.
For the under 14 and the under 16 skipper, that's the technical director. Those two words are two nice words in football, but I know from you said that you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, man, definitely, because the head coach, what I figure say, kind of like prepare a program for your coaches them down the level there. You know what I mean? So everybody them on the same page, trying to make you them understand the football a certain way or your way.
Of course. You see, you're not wrong, and most definitely, and that is why I'd want these kids to be training every Saturday. I'd want them to come in for training every Saturday. It's even 1 or 2 sessions on a Saturday. Something I've set up the program already just to share with the coaches, but there are other things that need to be put in place so it can start.
So on a Saturday, you will be responsible for those training sessions. That's what you're saying?
On a Saturday, the training sessions will take place, but I wouldn't be the person who's responsible for it.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's just something that have to be discussed with the HOD and the principal, and because with it, there will be other coaches there who are going to be in charge of the boys, and that's why it has to be discussed, because that means time, people time, and sacrifice.
Yeah, man, I'm blessed of the HOD and the principal, because, honestly, I trust that they will find ways and means to give this football program a little more strength, you know what I mean? So hopefully, they come up with a good way to make it come a coach stuff, because we need to start the program a little bit earlier, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm telling. I'm gonna say this part. If I may.
Hold on, Taffy, let him finish.
Hopefully we can get, some sessions in when them travel and then meet and them thing, you know what I mean? So hopefully the principal and the HOD can facilitate them thing, you see that?
Of course. To set up the program, like the training program, that's already set up. That's the least for me. I have that set up already. It's just other things need to put in place, and Trevor, I really accept your question with a lot of respect, because what we're seeking at Eden Allen is impossible to achieve unless there are certain things that have to be fixed. It has to fix. The youth program have to be a certain way. For instance, maybe you don't know, so I'll just inform you. Today, States under 14 and under 16 went to finals, and both of them win. Right? Now, congratulations to the States family. But why I brought it up was, and they played against two Clarendon schools, right? Glenmuir and Vere. So what I'm trying to say to you, all of these schools, they're setting up their programs, right? And some of these schools have won the Costa Cup before. And that's the reason why, because these kids come up in a youth program that help them to develop a specific way. What the youth program does, it makes them more savvy for the game.
Yeah, man, you're right, coach. Like I say, you know, like, look at Garvey last year, they won the D Cup, they won the under 16 competition last year. For me, I was disappointed in their end result. I was expecting more from them, but you know, it's football. Like we always say, today everybody out for Brazil, I was still going out with Brazil. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, but at least you give them the foundation there for you know, get stronger as a senior team. You know what I mean? If they're coming out through their 14 and 16.
Yeah, man. But as I said, you know, it's something I'm going to discuss with the manager, and you know, me and the manager are going to take it from there and put it forward to the HOD, and then we see how best we can move forward. PIBA for sure will be informed, because you know, from the football program, PIBA has to be a part of what's going on. So for sure you will be informed with what we want to do, and then you know, PIBA do the usual as well.
Okay. Like I say again, you know, as a Edwin fanatic, as a Edwin, you know, true and true, you know what I mean? Me, and then looking at what we have in terms of how we can facilitate players, in terms of recruitment, and we are at a disadvantage. So me personally, I'm big on the under 14, under 16 coming through the ranks, you know what I mean?
Of course. You know, and you know, those things are vital, Trevor. Those, you know, youth program, vital. You know, every year you're going to lose players from the under 19, which is the Costa Cup. So we must always have a feeder program to facilitate the under 19. Right? We're losing a few players this season who can't play next season, right? So we should have players coming up from the under 16 to facilitate the under 19. Right? Saudi mentioned.
Respect. Yeah, man. Trevor, respect goes out to you, man, for your invitation, man.
Yeah, Trevor. We hear about it, man. Enough love, enough. Big up yourself.
Taffy would like to take up the invitation, but based on his travels, he probably need a helicopter. Can that be arranged?
Yeah, man, I'm just have a conversation with the trainer, right, man. We have to talk about one time every day, so don't worry.
Alright. You hear that, Sir Taffy? Don't worry yourself. Yes, everything gonna work out, boss.
Yeah.
Alright. So thank you very much again, Trevor, for calling.
No.
Alright, respect. Enjoy the rest of your night, my boss. Alright, another one coming out of the chat. Tyrone James, very important point, me skipper. Grassroots program is important. I will continue to say that. But the grassroots program will only be important if people like Coach Taffy doesn't go on a wide scale recruiting older players. That's my view. Dallas Harris, the chairman, and this one he said to Coach Taffy, do you need more assistant coaches, and would you be willing to work with a technical director? That's TD. That's from Dallas Harris. I don't know if you want to answer this one or you want to continue in the chat.
Let me hear the question again.
To Coach Taffy, do you need more assistant coaches, and would you be willing to work with a technical director? Let me just finish. Just one more in the chat. I'm just gonna say it and so on. Bless up, Sir Sadi, and your guest, my brother from another mother. That's you, Somali. No, sir. That's coming from you. So address that one from the PIBA chairman, Dalasaris. That's a question to you.
Assistant coaches, how much? And yes, more assistants are needed, of course. Technical director at this point, no. A technical director coming in right now, the first thing is going to be changed is the philosophy, right? And I don't know if I want to change the philosophy right now, because to be honest with you, I've seen where the philosophy won a silverware. I've seen where the philosophy brought us back to a finals again. So I really don't want to change the philosophy right now.
Well said, Coach. Well said. Coach, you mentioned about your philosophy. And I'm going to say something, because you know that I've been covering most of your games via YouTube streaming. And there are a lot of comments, suggestions, criticisms, positive criticisms somewhere out. But there are some persons, and I must say, you probably heard it before, and you may not have to answer per se. Don't take it personal, but I'm just going to say it based on questions that were asked. There are some persons who believe that your style of football was not attractive. That's one. And two, your boys were unable to make a number of passes consistently. Is that their grassroots as it relates to your philosophy? And is it the same sort of playing we're expecting coming up from under 14 and under 16? Quick one. Your take on that, and the criticism and the comment itself.
All right. The style of play that they saw in the first round and second round, if you know football well, you'll realize that it was a different style of play after the McGrath games. Now, we had to do that because of the competency of the players. Now, remember, you and I just conversed about not having a good grassroots youth program. So some of these kids, or most of these kids that we get, for the summer, wasn't coming out of the youth program. They were basically built in July and August, which was almost impossible to play against teams like, let's say, Clarendon College, who is otherwise known as Chappleton Maroons. They're playing against Premier League players, with players who have never played under 16 or under 14. Now, what are you going to do? It's either you're going to run from it or you're going to face it. Now, what can I do to stop this team from giving me 6 or 10? I have to create something, not by magic, but by strategies, right? You're always going to find people who criticize, and that's okay. Now, attractive football, what is attractive football? Salad pile or a million passes and still lose the game. Now, I'm seeing where a specific coach talk about attractive football and make 500 passes but lost the game 4-2.
Coach Taffy, I saw the Saudichress show this, We're legal, we can call names, because it's not something private, So you can call the coach name.
You understand? All right, boss. So, for me, attractive football is, listen what is attractive football for me. Attractive football is, for me, is precise passes, verbal communication, quick movements, quick passes, proper defending, understanding the best type of defending, which is interception, understanding last resort of defending, which is a slide tackle, understanding the principle of defending, understanding how to execute, when to execute, why you execute, understand why you defend, how you defend, where you defend. That's attractive football for me. Right? Attractive football for me is not to show the crowd that, hey, I can make 600 passes before the game finished. Because at the end of the day, you want 3 points out of that game to advance, true?
Very
Sometimes you
good.
don't get it, even when you play ugly football according to the fans. But you'll always have that Saudi, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the criticism. But look at it this way. Myself and my co-staff, kudos to them. We knew what we have, and you were one of the persons who followed us from summer, and I thank you a lot. And you were one of the persons who came to me when we beat Dintle, right, and say, hey, Tafi, you exceed expectations, right? And guess what? It's the same team that didn't play attractive football. So I'm saying what worked for us, Saudi, brought us back to a finals, and I'm happy that boys got the experience. The cup would just be a cherry on the cake, which we really want. We fell out of the Costa Cup at quarterfinals. Now, Saudi, you tell me now, losing 14 players, how many? As a matter of fact, 16, because Smichael and Betty left, right? Smichael is in the army, well done. Betty went to another school. Unfortunately, fractured a bone. Tough luck. But they reached quarterfinals, and when we reached quarterfinals, that the same critics I was hearing saying, "Hey, you can win the cup." So, and I just smiled. So you see, Saudi, we as the coaching staff, we don't sit and wonder or follow or feel bad about what the critics say. We allow them to say, because sometimes they say stuff that makes sense.
That's true.
You understand? Yeah, and we are not too big to learn. But if I know what you're saying, if I disagree with it, I'm going to tell you. You know, and this is just like, oh, I'm not the type of coach who will find myself quarreling with officials at a game. Why? Because I have 22 players to focus on. I'm not going to focus on persons who just criticize. You know, some of these persons are past students, or most of them are past students, and they said they're supporters. But let me ask you something though, Saudi. As I said, you're almost on the coaching staff. You know,
Is that so?
you didn't tell you need to tell the viewers that you're almost on the coaching staff.
No, sir, I don't
And
think so.
right now, you can name all the players without even looking at a paper.
Well, yes, because of my involvement in streaming. But
Exactly.
as you
No, but
mentioned that,
why I said that is because you see you can tell that, hey, criticism, you can't stop that. You have to allow it. Make they say what they have to say, but you have to stay focused as a coach.
True word.
You know, on the journey ahead.
You see, Taffy, my whole take on this football program
One
this year.
second before you go.
Yes.
If the under 14 is gonna play like that and the under 16, sorry, if we get time with them, they have to play different and better. Pay attention to what I said. The competency of the youngsters that I get to play the Costa Cup. I had to create a strategy for them, me and my coaching staff. Mr. Coach Clark, Coach Ferran, same manager, Mr. Donaldson, and Coach Akins, who came in late. You have to create strategies for them. Now, when you have time with players, like some of the other teams, they learn the philosophy. They have the time to learn the philosophy, and they play the way you want them to play.
Good. So, people, I want you listening, and I'm sure you are listening very keenly to Coach Taffy, because we are expecting a better season next year. A better season, not just going to finals. We need silverware, and that's what all of us want to see. It is very difficult, people. We have a number of top teams who will retain a number of players. No, I want to categorically say this again and clearly. I've said this to you before the start of the competition, Tafari. Maybe you never remember. I said that if you reach the quarter final, this team would have exceeded my expectations. One, it's not an easy thing for any team in the world, whether schoolboy, Premier League, or even a national team, to lose 9 starting players from a team that won a silverware and to return the following season to perform in such a way as if you have only lost 3 or 4. So that was one of my main things. And what I have seen, or what I really saw in preseason, the very few first games that I have watched, I look at it and I see these boys were very, very inexperienced. Inexperienced not just on the pitch, but the whole mental ability of football from what I have seen. And I've spoken to them at halftime and after matches, if you remember, and I realized it. So I've said it to you and I've said it openly to everybody. I was expecting you to go through the first round because, of course, of the other teams that were there. So you and your team, sir, you have done remarkably well. And I continue to say that you exceeded expectations. But there's one, I've heard, unfortunately, I think I've heard it after the Central game that you lost, that even though you had an experienced team because of the persons who have left last year, you had players in this year who probably never played last year but have some level of experience. I was told that you have some players who are part of the Chapelton Maroon setup. Is that true?
I have Javon Thompson, who
as a captain.
Javon Thompson is the captain and a reserve player of Chapelton Maroon. That's it. Nobody else.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that. So you see, these are things that I've heard, and I'm happy that you are here to clear them up. Because people, this is what we are all about on this show.
But people don't. Let me elaborate a little more.
Go ahead.
A person will see a player go to a specific training 2 years ago or a year ago and kill them dead. The youth there is a part of the team this year. You know, not knowing say that youth they probably just go 1 Saturday or 3 Saturdays and to him no like go on so him no go back. You understand? So people say a lot of things, but we only have one player from Chapelton Maroon in the team, Javon Thompson, the captain.
Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. And sir, I must say to you that youngster Javon, your captain, is a very good defender. I really like how he plays. I have a number of conversations with him, and trust me. Let me ask you now, you mentioned that. How many players from this year you are expecting to lose based on age?
4.
So you're expecting to lose 4. Are these 4 starting players?
Say that again, please.
Are these 4 regular starting players?
Yes.
So nobody from the bench?
No.
Very good. So you see, Coach Taffy, it seems like you have a steady program going on, and unfortunately we never had a proper setup this year for under 16, which would, you could get through. But I am sure that you have eyes, and I'm just guessing, but I'm almost sure that you have at least one player waiting in the wings for next year. You can't be such a successful coach, winning silverware, know what you want, and you don't recruit and have people waiting. It's not a secret. Let me know what's happening down in the Darling football program.
It's a coach's secret. Not every team can let out.
No, man, this is no technical secret, man.
I take a look at your viewers a while ago. I didn't know you have so much.
I'm trying.
Go back on some things now.
What are you talking about? We have a lot of viewers right now, or on the channel itself?
On the channel.
Well, and Taffy, we're trying, and it's people like you will have to help us.
No, that's good. That's good. That's really good, and I'm really happy for your success so far. You know, this is good for Piba, good for Edwin Allen, good for you, you know, and what it shows, as I said, you were my first Dakasta Cup captain, and it shows the great leader you are. So you continue, because you'll always get my support.
Thank you very much, man. Taffy, I'm going to do two, only have two left in the chat that I have not read. Again, from Nose, you smiling, good show. Respect Nose, respect Taffy, you have made the show better.
Blessings in the Nose.
G Prento, full disclosure, Sadi. I wonder when I disclose right now. I may have something else I want to disclose, you know, and I never discussed this any at all with Taffy. But Taffy, you don't want to tell us that you have players waiting in the wings for next year. You don't have to tell us how many. Do you have any players waiting in the wings for next year? Who couldn't play because of the sit-out rule?
The players who are waiting are the players who just finished, just waiting for next season to start back.
You don't have no player who never played last year who are waiting for a game next year?
I will have to see when trials start.
This man seems like him enjoying the politics in Jamaica. Alright. Sir Taffy, this little one now, and what we have seen in schoolboy football this year, and the last show we had a little discussion, and I'm going to use this as a topic for one particular show. The issue of recruiting has gone regional. Not international yet, but regionally. It's regional because we have schoolboys or schoolboy teams with players coming from other Caribbean countries. You know about that, right?
Yes, of course.
What say you? Do you have an interest in that recruitment? Do you believe in it? What's your view on recruiting from other Caribbean countries at this time?
All right. I think it's a good move, and I think it's a bad move. A good move in a sense that, you know, you can add to your program and strengthen it. A bad move if you take too much and abandon who you built in the youth program. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, whether we like it, yes or no, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Locals alone can't win a silverware in any high school in Jamaica.
For real?
You have to have a foreigner. And when I said a foreigner, I mean someone who didn't attend there from 7th grade. It's the truth. All right. Now, that's one of the requirements, you know.
All right, Taffy, hold on. I don't agree with you using the term foreigner.
Well,
since you're talking about persons who never attend this school.
All right, put it this way. PEP results alone can't make you win a silverware.
PEP results alone. All right.
Yes.
All right.
PEP results alone can't make you win a silverware.
And are you talking about a senior silverware?
You remember earlier I said to you, you have to learn to accept acceptance.
All right. Yes, Taffy, but hold on a minute. You're talking about silverwares for Manning and Dakasta. Not the youth program silverwares.
No, the under 19.
Okay. We just want to be clear, you know. I just want to be clear.
You want me to tell you why now?
Go ahead.
All right. Now, listen keenly. You know. Never forget this part. This is the most important part. You build some kids. You build 25 kids.
Yes.
In under 14, right? Right?
Mm-hmm. I'm good.
And you build, and you bring up them through the under 16, same 25. And now they are supposed to make a transition, go to under 19. When they go to under 19, you play against a team who bring in 7 boys from California, that's an example.
Yes.
Who went through different philosophy, a higher level of football, and you're supposed to compete with them to win the same silverware. Now I'm going to tell you this. It's one of the hardest tasks. It's going to even look like they didn't even do anything with your kids. The fact of the matter, sorry, you know, kids the kids from overseas, let's say overseas, they go through sessions and training sessions that are at a high and competitions that are at a higher level than what is happening in Jamaica. That's the disadvantage you have when people like a JC bring in 10 players. You're playing against them and you're 2 African. You want them to give up their Barbados.
Hey.
Right? So I will say again, in order to win a silverware like a Dakar Cup, doesn't have to be an overseas player, but you have to plan in your head that, hey, the possibility lies that you might have to get an outsider to fill the puzzle.
True.
You understand?
True word. So you see, Taffy, you take time and lean towards my question. You just don't want to answer it, So you're saying to me, you need persons who never attended school at grade 7 to come in with that level of experience and a change of culture as well. No.
Alright.
Taffy, me here say you have 2 foreigners in your squad, Tell me about them.
Well, I would love to tell you, but I can't tell you
right
what
now.
I don't know.
You can't tell me right. You don't want to tell us right now.
I can't tell you what I don't know.
Tafari Bird, I'm going to ask you a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Would you accept 2 or 3 players from the Caribbean who, if they come in at the age of 15, they can play straight away with talent? Would you accept them right now for next year?
As long as they're competent, yes.
Okay. Are those players that you have under 16 or over 16?
Say that again, please.
Are those foreigners that you have now, are they under 16 or over 16?
I don't have them.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Are you gonna give me some?
Let me take a chance. Just give me a few minutes. Let me go back to the chat. Buppy Brown, do you see, this is coming from Buppy Brown, Sir Taffy, do you see in your ranks players who can step up to fill the voids? And I guess it's the voids that the players who are left. That's what he's asking.
Shoes are those shoes are very hard to fill, especially the captain shoes. But somebody have to. Players just have to.
Sometimes, Taffy, if you feel the shoes, just get somebody who have a bigger foot,
You're correct.
Good. Alright, so cricket. You know that youth, man? Cricket. Jama Mosey.
Yes, man.
Julius Davis. Cricket, give me a call now. A long time we don't hear your voice. Cricket, give this show a call. Taffy want to hear from you. Alright. You are listen this from Cricket, You are a star, Taffy. Continue to soar. Well, I look at him not soar now because we couldn't get him punished if he didn't soar. But I've got send birds for him. Cricket, give me a call, no Cricket. Don't be so selfish, man. And remember, people, I still seen a lot of persons viewing the show, but the likes are very low. Just press the like button, man. Please and thanks. Come on. G. Prento, coach, I like your response. Believe in your philosophy. If there only was one philosophy in football, then anyone could study it and coach. That's so good. That's what makes you unique. You have the results. That's G. Prento.
Blessings.
You know that G. Prento there is a Wittic. I don't know if more answer nothing more. But I don't think you know that Wittic.
Bless him up, man.
Bless up yourself, G. Prento. It's a bigger senior Wittic here.
Okay.
Alright, Tyrone James again. Taffy, due to the protocols and requirements that are met accordingly to recruiting, are you willing to go above and beyond to make sure our levels are much better this year, along with the under 14? That's from Joe.
And why? A coach always loves when his job becomes easier. So the answer is yes.
He said yes, Joe, and he's saying that I know you're hearing, Joe. He said his reasons for this question is because some principals or HOD see things differently.
I know, but so far I've been getting, support from Mr. Harris, my principal, and Mr. Dyke, the HOD. So as long as it continue, you know, the same way or better, we should be on good grounds.
Okay. You see, coach, I want to tell you, say, it's really a good thing because I've heard the principal name and the HOD names ringing a lot as it relates to their interest and their input for this year and last year competition. So I'm gonna extend that to say, Mr. Jermaine Harris, principal, big up yourself, man. You have done well. Thanks for the support that you have given to the football program. And also, the HOD, Mr. Michael Dyke, who is the coach of the champions of all champions girl team in this island. So him take a little bit of time track and field to put on football. And that's why we're seeing some of these success. Alright, so AG Prento, me say I laugh out loud. Whoopi Brown, coach, are you on to that player from Brownstone High you got the link from?
Say that again, please.
Are you on to the player from Brownstone High who you got a link from? I heard you got a link from.
Idea.
I heard you got a link from a player from Brownstone. You on to him?
Huh?
Whoopi, I think you should call, you know.
We're not talking about.
The coach not know you talk about Whoopi. Call in and let me see if you can iron it now. Alright, people, we're only seeing 7 likes. We should have at least 12 more. Come on, man. Hit the like button now. That's all I'm asking you for. And if you have never yet subscribed, do not leave tonight without subscribing. Please. And for some of you who having problem now participating in the chat, it's because you have not logged in. You are not signed in to your Gmail account, and hence you are just on YouTube as a free agent. You need to sign in so you can participate, you can subscribe, and you can like and share. Maybe that's the reason why some of you have not yet subscribed, because you have not signed in to your Google address. So, Coach Staffy.
Yes.
That's recruitment. You have been very good so far. I wanted some more information, but you were reluctant in letting out your secret or the information that you learned. But I can tell you, sir, you might have to come back on the show to iron out some of these things, because maybe it's not the right time.
I want to speak on that. I want to speak on that, sorry. Just a little.
Yes.
Recruiting, one of the things we need earlier somebody by the name of, I don't remember, the person who asked about my plans going forward.
Yes.
One of the things we need is a proper scout to recruit. And that is why I'm really holding back on the answer for your question, because Edwin Allen football program don't have a scout to scout players. You understand? So we're unable to recruit the way I would want to. And people who are asking that question knows.
Are you willing to pay the scout, sir?
I think people would.
Alright, so we have a caller online. Whoopi, you ask you to call to iron out these questions that you have been posting in the chat. So continue, Whoopi. Speak up loudly, man. Come on, man. Me know you in your bed, man. But talk a little louder, man. Thank you.
Why I see the final, but I blame you for it. Players them just flat that day. They don't think you're gonna do anything different, you know. The players them just never heard of that, you know. Man, and on the question when we ask about the youth from Brownstone, I think Schumacher did the link, you know, with a player from Brownstone. I said me ask it, and
Oh, yeah, man, I know who we are talking now. I spoke to him more than once. I I asked him for a video clip, which he said he would give to me by the day after, and that is like 2.5 weeks ago. I can't get him on his phone again, and I haven't received it. So I told show it though.
Hold on, Coach Taffy. You see, it's like me have to ask Boop if you mention the questions. You know? I have to tell Boop if you ask the questions you ask. You so quickly, you readily can answer those questions. And you're still not answering my questions about certain recruiting, but you're talking about this.
No, I did answer.
No, sir, you didn't. You're hiding. You even alluded to.
Answer. Maybe my answer wasn't pleasing to you, but I did.
You came back a while ago to say this is one reason why you don't want to answer the question yet. You just said that. But anyway, let me not put you under so much pressure. Boopy, you sure you really want to go down this road now with this level of discussion about that boy? But if it's fine, if it's fine by Taffy, no problem.
No, Boopy is just basically asking if I communicate with the kid.
Okay.
And I said yes.
Okay.
But he's supposed to present a video clip to me because I want to see something with him, and I haven't gotten that. So if Boopy could get back to him now, because I can't get him on his phone, you know, and I'm by pussy in a bag, you know. Come in a baggy.
Be careful, Taffy. This is not made for kids, but be careful, sir.
My apology.
Yes. Go again, Boopy.
I'm going to make some effort and see if I can get a contact with the find that you because as me you say, you know, by pushing up, we can tell you as a farmer coach, we can tell you say that's why I would work wonders for you in a your program. You want the acting, but we can tell you that without acting, that's why we work wonders you get in your program. So you're one of the best up in them. And you deserve that to play for you. So I'm going to look at the dance if I can find him.
I can't get him on his phone.
Alright, so Boopy will make that contact. So you see, listen, you're talking about that you want scout, boss. You don't want no scout, man. You just need to activate what you have. By the way, you want a scout that... Is it that you want...
What do I have?
You have many scouts. You have many scouts.
Where?
Here, Boopy.
Man, he's the first man who can converse about this thing.
But he's doing the work behind the scene.
What work? He's asking me.
How did you know?
How
did you get to communicate with that kid?
By Shoei.
Alright, so you have a scout by the name of Shoei. And now you have another one by the name of Boopy.
We don't really want that you to come Edwin Allen because until after the boy this week. Yeah man, until after time. That's when they get to find him.
Okay.
You know. And really, you know them station there is a first come because if something gets a whole line first, they got the chance to take it. Until first, until we just take it, you know.
Alright, Boopy, so you have to work on that.
Boopy, let him call, let me talk to him tomorrow.
No, I don't know how to find him. I have to go and to try to investigate. There's not somebody when we really talk to him and know it like that. It's just see his team playing. You understand with team playing and some of my good friends never talk about him too. And you know, everybody outside. So it's not a first when they can tell us they have a contact with him or they know where he is. But I can do a little first here and the two words we can find him.
Alright, well done, Boopy, well done. Well on there, let me take this chat, I never see him it. Ronald White, that's Ray. Boopy, not every question is fit for airplay. Alright, sir Ray. Prento, G Prento, yes big brother. Go and work it for me now. Like and subscribe family, please and thanks. Yes G Prento, I want more of that. G Prento again, coach, don't let Saudi dry you out. Keep things close to your vest. Silverware next year. I mean never, you don't respect your captain.
That's why I'm not get around me out.
Hey, Prento, you must remember, say I'm here host the show, you know. So me ask the questions and the guests answer. Alright, my boss? So I don't want you to take up for this coach, you know, because this man is a very busy man, very hard to get. I've been trying to get this coach for the past 2 weeks. And as close as I am, so me just get him. So guess what? Me have to get all me can get out time when you come to information. But anyway, Coach Taffy, again, you have been doing a wonderful job. Don't mind, man. I can help you handle the criticism because I have to make my own criticism. Everybody have to criticize. Not everybody understood the way you coach or the way you play. Yes.
To be honest with you, I know it's happening, but if you never ask me about it, I wouldn't even remember criticism.
And that's it. It's not something that you're going to live with or just
I don't worry about them. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. One of the things that helped me to block out criticism are the Anderson family, and I'm not talking Packer family.
Yes.
You know, there's another Anderson family. You know, they really helped me a lot in regards of blocking out criticism. I don't remember criticism.
Don't worry, man. That's part of the game, and I can tell you, as a leader, if you ever try to escape criticism, you're going out of a job.
As we tell you earlier, it have to happen.
When you're on top.
But sorry,
yes.
Look at me, sorry. Do you even really worry about that?
No, man. That's not my thing. That's not my thing. One of the things doing a Taffy, you have to understand, and you make mention about acceptance. You know. We have a number of persons.
Don't understand, no, sorry. But people don't understand. People don't understand, so the same person them are criticized as somebody who were immune to it. I went to an institution as a Rastafarian for the first 1989. You think about the criticism when me come under. Criticism can't hurt me.
I know. And Taffy, sometimes you get the better of us, depending on the nature and the tone. We all understand that. Well, that's fine. Don't worry yourself about that. I don't worry about it. When you are at the top in the bars, it's a very lonely place, you know. So when you do things, not everybody will see it or see it at the same time. So that's how it is. Anyway, G Printer, you're very active, man. Maximum respect. What you mean? Reggae. Me never address you, sir. You hear man I say? You just tell the man say I'm here host the show, so I'm here ask the question. And the man say no address me. Alright, my boss. Much respect. There's a question, and it is, you have to reorganize that question again. Viewer, please and thanks. It will not come across the way you want to. Alright? Cricket, Walipa Jamaica flag, hands up. Well, I don't know what them they are saying out in cricket, but maximum respect, my boss. Maximum respect to you all for here. Again, people, at least click the like buttons. I suspect that all of you on the show already subscribe, but if you are not, please do so. Again, like and share. So interesting this is. This is the Saudichress show, ladies and gentlemen, and we are still hoping that we'll have a few callers just to hear your voice, just to help me to manage this program, because you can imagine just Tafari and myself are here holding on for 2 hours already, and it seems like we still have another what do they say, a few minutes to go. Alright, cricket, Bama drop. I wish party Bama drop, man. Be careful, you know. Alright, we're not drop no.
Cricket in general.
Hey, best coach Taffy. Hey, listen me, cricket. You need to call in, you know, my youth. I don't know why. The numbers are on the screen, my boss. Please call. You say Taffy are your brother. Taffy are the best coach. Make him hear, man. Tell him, man. Make everybody here say, yeah, tell him. I'm not sure you are. Type on a chat. Come on, cricket, man. Respect, man. Maximum respect, Jama Mosey. Yes, so again, let me big up our sponsors. PBA, the Pasadena Ballers Association. And I'm asking persons out there who have not yet been a part of this lovely organization. Come along. Please come along. If you want information, please contact me. My numbers are there. And you can also join the Saudichress channel to leave me private messages. So Toad and Nose heating and cooling system. coming out of New York. It's very cold now, so if you need heat, Toad and Noza who you call. Again, we have Deja Vu Retro Party. And I must say to you that Deja Vu having his party, I think is the 21st. I will play a little clip in a little while, and I'll also put up the posters, because guess what? He's a part of PIBA. He's one of our sponsors. And so I am bound and have the responsibility to advertise the Deja Vu party, ladies and gentlemen. So very soon you will get a video clip and also a poster from cricket is one of the Anderson. So it's a different cricket me I talk about. This is not the German multi cricket. You know that cricket, sorry Taffy? He said that cricket is one of the Anderson.
Of course, and I'm saying to you, that is why I don't worry about criticism.
Okay, sorry about that, boss. I think I my cricket what we call Jama Mosey. Julius Davis. Alright, okay. So you see, that's why it is very important sometimes for us to call so we can differentiate the voice and differentiate the people. Because so many names to call, ain't Taffy? Good.
Exactly.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my little part as it relates to Tafari and coaching with Edwin Allen per se. Maybe there's a lot more could have been asked. There's a lot more Taffy could have been said. But you have the answers. You have the questions rather. So if you have other questions, post it or even call in. We still have a few minutes left on the show. But in the meantime, we want to just take the time out again to big up all of you for spending your quality time here with us tonight. It's very, very important. And so we respect that. We see how you acknowledge us. And so we understand very, very much. So again, I want to say thank you very much for staying up with us. And we continue to do that. We continue to serve you. We continue to bring you all the information that is necessary and what you need. So again, in a little while we try to find that, but I will just put up for a quick one. So for the Deja Vu party, please just look at it. We want to advertise. This is one of our own. This is a sponsor, and so we want to share it with all of you. So the party is it the I think the party is the 21st. So if you are seeing it online just now, you could take a look while we continue our discussion, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a retro party. The man they call Chris or Bobby coming out of Summerfield. This party is December 21st. So if you're on the local scene or if you're planning to travel to Jamaica, this is a party that you should be there. Don't miss this one if you are in and around the Clarendon area. And even wherever you are, please come and support. This is one of our own, and I'm sure once this party is well supported, I am pretty sure that the Saudichress show will continue to soar and soar bigger. Right? He's a sponsor. So, Taffy, World Cup football.
Yeah.
You may mention Seboy with team gone home already. Right now. Yes. So your Brazil team can't win. Like what you expect from day one. Who do you see winning this World Cup this year?
Who do I see winning?
Yes.
Well, first of all, it's the highest level of football, and everybody else in it have a chance. Because look how where they are now.
Yes.
But if you're asking me if I'm going to choose a team to win it, I'm not sure. I don't think so, because I am really obedient to my team. And win it anymore. So I just think I just need to watch.
Taffy, your team gone home already, man. Which team gone home, man? Come on, better than that, man.
If I would have chosen any of those teams, or if I would have chosen any other team that.
No, what I'm saying, the fact that your team gone, do you by any chance, see another team who you believe will win? That's what I'm asking. Which team? Your prediction.
I would probably rather the team that speak the same language as my team.
Boy, you hardy, man. You can't just call the team name, Bridget.
Brazil speak Portuguese.
But your team, so you want a team that speak Portuguese. Why not just speak English then?
No, I like I like the style of play the Portuguese have. So and Portugal without Ronaldo.
Yes.
I like what I saw the other day.
Okay. So you think Portugal will win?
Portugal without Ronaldo. I like what I saw.
So you think they will win?
I think when he's on the field, the team is expecting him to win. Without him on the field, the team expect the team to win.
Okay. Now, Taffy.
Yeah.
We have seen a number of big teams drop out early. We see Germany went out. We have seen Spain went out. Now we see Brazil went out. The Dutch, I'm not sure the Dutch was one of the teams that persons believe would have challenged for the competition. It's a good team, but I don't know. They're not a popular challenger.
For me, Netherlands, you can follow the history of certain things, Saudi. That's what I do, especially where football is concerned,
Yes.
I'm not saying it is impossible for them to win one of the World Cup going forward, but Netherlands, to me, just enter World Cup with a good team and not a great team.
Okay.
I think one of the World Cup they have went to finals and lost, but I've never seen Netherlands with a team that I can say, hey, it's a great team. They'll win this World Cup. Because even in the game today, with them and Argentina.
Yes.
What Netherlands showed me guts. They showed me that, hey, if you're going to beat us, you have to beat us fighting. But Netherlands didn't show me that, hey, you're not going to beat us. Okay. There's a difference.
Okay. All right. So, the semi-final will be played. It's Argentina versus Croatia. Do you want to make a prediction for that one?
You see, I hate making predictions, in football.
It should be easier now because at least I know your team will play.
One thing I'll tell you to look at though, you see Lionel Messi. Anytime you see him like this, it's like this player who plays basketball, Stephen Curry. Draymond Green always say, anytime you see the look in his eye, he's gonna win. Lionel Messi, anytime you see him start playing like this, you have to be careful of that guy. You have to be careful. And what I saw today reminded me of Barcelona with Iniesta and Xavi.
Okay.
I saw a pass. I saw he made an assist to the first goal. And the last time I saw Messi making assists like that was those times. Because the truth is, Messi is the best player in the world in his position.
Okay, in his position.
But if he's going to play like this, it's going to be hard to beat his team. Because the team feeds off him. And if he's going to play good, they're going to play good.
I think Messi is striving to be the player of the World Cup for this year. I strongly believe.
He's more relaxed now. Yes, now. He's not allowing it to burden him.
I don't think he's succumbed to the pressure that he had the last World Cup. However,
you're correct. You're correct. And what I used to know that are his penalties today. You saw how relaxed he was?
That's true. And he was brave to take the first one.
Of course.
Knowing that you have a history of messing up.
I'm probably pretty messy.
But you know, people, I must say that today's games, you know, I really enjoyed it. I think the first game, I just want to, I'm probably Baban wheeling, but as the vibes come, you know.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yes.
Let's not get tired of ourselves, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The Croatians aren't easy to beat, you know.
Listen, me, gentlemen. Listen to me, man. And people, I said this to somebody last night. I wasn't expecting Croatia to run at Brazil or run over Brazil like what they did today. Because Croatia outplayed Brazil, you know. Croatia outplayed Brazil to me, may I tell you.
In moments, I'll say.
Listen,
not right through.
Brazil have their moments. And you are going to say that because in normal time, Croatia never had a shot on targets. But they were creating a lot of opportunity and chances. At one point in time, Brazil just keep giving away. I've never seen Brazil make so much unforced errors. The passing were woefully bad today from Brazil.
They weren't allowing Brazil to play their game.
That's one thing. But even when Brazil have the patch of play, the final pass was so bad. And I know it was the pressure. So I give that. I said to somebody last night, the fact that I predicted, and I will say it again, I predicted Brazil to win 3-1. So I was wrong all over. The win was, the scoreline was wrong, and I was wrong with it. But I continue to say that Croatia is a team that know how to grind out results. Grind out a team. There's a stat that I don't know if you people follow as it relates to Croatia. But Croatia first World Cup was 1988. You remember? The same time the Reggae Boys went to World Cup.
98.
How many World Cup played since 1988? Help me with your maths, Coach Taffy.
It's 98.
Yes. Since 98 when Reggae Boys went to the World Cup. How many World Cups have played since?
You know, every 4 years. So 2002 was the first one after 98. Then 2006, second one. Then 2010, third one. 2014, fourth one. 2018, fifth one. And then now, sixth one.
You know that ever since Croatia came to the World Cup, they have made it out of the group stage.
Yeah.
And I think this is their third semi-final.
But you know the reason for that, right?
No, I'm not going to get into it right now, but let us take it. So, that statistics should have given Brazilian fans that is not a walkover. Because as a Brazilian fan, I knew it wouldn't be a walkover, even though I predicted the 3-1. Because the truth is, Brazil took something like what? 26 shots today or 23? 11 on target? They should have at least scored 3.
Yeah, man.
If they had scored at 3, I mean, Croatia maybe wouldn't have scored their 1. Because the game would have all finished from normal time. But that's such as the nature of the game. You don't score, you don't win. Or if the team outscore you, you can't win. You know, so I was just saying that based on how the football is. And I'm not disappointed. I'm really surprised that Brazil have not advanced to the semi-finals. But I am not disappointed because they have not played the type of football which I believe could beat Argentina, could beat France. I when I say beating them, I say them can't win the matches, you know. But I see them beating them team, I mean them or run the game and win the game.
Brazil didn't manage the game properly, man. I'm telling you.
That was poor.
They didn't manage the game properly, and you know, one of my player who played the Casa Cup just the other day texted me and he said, "Coach, you remember when you were teaching us team management?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "Coach, Brazil never managed the game after them score." And I was so impressed with the kid. I was so impressed with the kid, and he's a kid who can play next season too. You know, and if a 16-year-old can see that, sorry, you're telling me, because we're going to say, all right, the coach for take charge and probably send a verbally communicate with one of them out there. But we're talking about elite professional players. They themselves must know that they should have managed the game too, you know.
True.
You're not under 10.
You see, that's a human element in the game, you know, sort of it.
Exactly.
We beat up on players when they lost.
I don't want to discuss penalties. Brazil win the game before the penalty. You understand?
But you're talking with some passion, you know.
When Croatia attack us, you know, a 3 defenders drawn there, you know. It's the worst I've seen Brazil defended from the season start.
Taffy?
In the most crucial game.
It is sad. It was sad for the fans and for the country of Brazil. I don't know if it is really sad for the players and the coach, because I can't see. Hey, listen, I've seen the Croatia coach about 3 times during the game. They get a kick and the coach come to the technical area and I say to the team, calm down. Calm it down. Why? Because during that time, Brazil had the ascendancy. And he wanted his team to just say, don't rush, just calm it down. And he did that, and the team just relaxed. No, I don't remember seeing... Listen, me never see Tite come out for the place during that period of time. Me never see any of Brazil players really hold back. How the hell you're leading 1-0, 3 minutes to go in a extra time, and both wing backs are high? All midfielders are high. Doing what?
Sorry, as I said before, take Neymar off the field and put in a D-mid and just lock shot. Call it what you want to call it, but you'll be at the semi-finals now, right? The next thing is, my brethren call me after the game and I say, hey, I can't believe they don't make Neymar kick the first penalty. You know what I said to him?
Mm-hmm.
I told him that, hey, it's obvious that you're a wagonist Brazilian fan. So, him laugh and say, why I say that? I say, if you follow the history of Brazil from decades coming up, you will know that, especially when it comes on to penalties, Brazilians are one of the most disciplined teams. Whatever their coach tell them with their lineup, that's what they are going to do.
You see, what I did think in world football, and I've seen it even in club football, most stars want to kick the last penalty.
Of course.
I mean, I believe that coach tell them say them to kick last.
Sorry.
And let me tell you,
wrong with that.
We had a discussion earlier when Messam called. I'm going to tap it off with this. I will allow you to continue your point, but this would be the last thing for me for this Brazil game. We use the issue of saying penalty shootout can go to any team, especially when few team lose. We talk about it that way. But I say this to say, penalties are a part of the game. And just like how a team trained, or a particular player trained, or a coach to deal with certain situations during the first 90 minutes or extra time, the same thing must be done for penalty shootout. So I don't believe in all this luck and it could have gone anywhere. It's the team that capitalized, the team that did hold the composure, place the ball at the right place, will win. Again, if you look at the two keepers today, again, you can also criticize. Boss, me believe, say, this is my belief now. I've never kept before, but because as a coach, me use the little things here. When it comes to penalty or free kicks, the first thing you have to do is watch your ball. Why you move before your ball kick for? Why you decide say you're going to go left? And you're gone left before the man even touch it, move to the ball?
Exactly.
So these are some little things that I believe that individually, where these international stars are, these are some things that I expected, the skills and knowledge of these players to come out. All right, Taffy, just give me a few, let me touch back the chat. Again, G. Prento. No, cricket is asking. No, I'm supposed to touch back something from cricket. Cricket, one in Africa, the other is in Tampa. Alright? Thank you, Saudi, for streaming the games. Maximum respect, man. I want to continue streaming some games, I'm trying to see if I can get on, if they will allow me to stream some Premier League game, if you guys desire. We have Major League football going on. We want to bring all that we have, to show to you people. But this will take a little bit of work. And so, as you notice, we have sponsors, and it will also need funding for us to stream these games. So we need to talk. If you want to be a part of it, let us talk. G Prento, nice and informative vibes. Respect Saudi for the platform. Big up Coach Taffy for the insights and great job. Respect G Prento, where you man, all the time. Tyrone James, blessing me family. Love the unity and togetherness. Shows how committed this family is. Great works, man. Saudi blessings. Taffy, keep up the good work. Looking forward for bigger and better things. Respect Joe. All the time. Yeah, man. G Prento again. Still say Mbappe will take it. So G Prento say France are going to win the World Cup. They look the most likely team. They look the most dangerous team and serious team, Prento. You're right. But let us see, the ball round, as somebody said before. G Prento, 2 words, coach. I don't remember where you're coming from, but he has been talking a lot. So all of those words, G Prento say, are 2 words here, sir.
Yeah,
true, Brazil had bad touches under serious pressure today. Of course, seriously, man. I've never seen the passes so bad. Croatia will fight to the death. Look out. And true, they know how to grind out a result. They know how to grind out games. Brazil was like showboat team. You can't know people who don't like Brazil team. Actually, I talk RR. I'm a Brazilian fan, I believe you. Brazil weak on penalty kick. Shoot. Alright, out. They lost the Copa on penalty kick. Croatia studied them. And not just them Croatia study, Croatia perfect this penalty shootout business, I think that Croatia team and coach has put in a lot because they know their deficiencies. And so because they run hard, they might not score a lot of goals, so they might end up drawing games, and the next best thing is penalties. When I look at the Japan game that they played, you realize that they make it almost perfect for their penalty shootout. Respect. Blessings again. Again, people, I'm still asking you to touch the like button. We still have a number of persons and we don't have the number of likes here. So please, if you have not yet done so, just hit the like button, man. Trust me. And if you have not yet subscribed, again, we're asking you, introduce this program by sharing to your friends and families, wherever they are. They can join us on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8:30 p.m. right here. I am. And so we're willing to carry you through. Again, I want to thank you for staying up so late and, of course, enjoying and participating in this show. Coach Tafari Burton is with us just for a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 minutes to go to the end of this show. And I want to continue to look just for tomorrow's game. Tafari, can you help me to sum up the games tomorrow? So tomorrow morning at 10, who do we have first?
Portugal.
So we have Portugal up against Morocco. How do you see that game?
Love when the African win, you know what I mean? But as I tell you from earlier, Portugal without Ronaldo, based on what I saw they played, it's going to be very hard for Morocco to beat them. So, without Ronaldo, I would expect Portugal to come through victorious.
You know that Morocco have a very good defensive unit.
Yeah, but Portugal without Morocco, what they showed me numerous ways of how they break defense line by penetrating the channels to execute, and it was miraculous one. It was magnificent to watch them do it. You know?
Hey, Coach Taffy.
Yes.
I would rather see Portugal up against France. Reason being, if France and I'm just saying that based on what some people are loaded to, you know. If France and Morocco play, it will be two African nations in the semi-final.
That is true. Because France have 15 players on them team that is African descendants.
Is it that these persons are just descendants, or are they born in Africa?
Well, those are the things. Maybe some of them born there.
That's the thing I want to check out. Because, listen, me, I believe it's where you're born, no, that's your nationality. Wherever you born, that's your nationality. That's how nationality go.
Yeah.
So your nationality based on descendants, your nationality based on all sort of manner of I don't want to say evil, but you know. So, you know, you go and you're married to somebody from a country, you became a national. Nationality have different reasons, but I think the pure nationality is where you are born. So if those French players are basically born in France, but fathers are from other places in Africa, do you want them are French?
But you know, we're talking about France. I'll tell you this, you know.
Yes.
The English attacking force is not easy to stop, you know.
You know, it's going to be a very interesting game tomorrow.
I'll say it to you again. England is an England with difference this World Cup. Their attacking force is not easy to stop.
You see, one thing with the England team does not depending on any one player. Or they don't play.
England have a difference this time.
They don't feed off of one player.
They're different this time.
You understand?
They're coming from both wings and they're coming through central. And if you square it, they're good in the ear as well.
The good thing about it, you know.
Be careful. And guess what? Mm-hmm. They play very fast.
You know something, my boss? France is not my team, you know. I've never supported France. I like some of them players. I like some of them players. I am scared of Mbappe.
they always have players that I like though, but I've never supported France.
Right. I love Mbappe, man. I wanted Mbappe to come to my club, you know, but my club not spend them type of money there, so we don't get it. But I'm saying, trust me, I would mind if England beat France tomorrow. I wouldn't surprise either. I would be happy for that. Because
most Jamaicans would love that, you know.
You know, I don't support England either though.
Like him for England.
I don't support England either, you know. It's just that because I know all the England players, I tend to lean to them. But I don't support them. It's the best I've seen them play for a long time though, England. Normally I don't like how them play. And I think my view again, it's maybe not good coming from a young journalist. But I'm not sure I like how England the selection policy. But I'm going to leave it at that. So
that's normally their problem over the years.
Yeah, I think the selection policy I don't really feel. But you know, Taffy, that's the nature of it when you look at some of these teams. And I don't want to make a prediction for tomorrow's game, the France game. I'm predicting Ronaldo's Portugal to beat Morocco 1-0. That's my prediction. But I am open for I'm open. The game France versus England will be a very good game. Will be a game that any team score first will have a major advantage of winning this game. I'm telling you. And don't be surprised if it's a 1-0 game. But I'm not predicting. I don't know which team will take a 1-0. But don't be surprised if it ends 1-0 to any of the two teams. Alright? Fire in the chat again. Brazil use their wing backs and dead ball specialists to kill side. Over the years, not now. I think these are the two worst wing backs we see Brazil play. As a combination. I don't know. That's my view. That was deficiency of this team. That is so true. D&L, Portugal are my team. I mean, big up yourself, fly the flag. Hi. RR. Go to Argentina. Go to Portugal. CR7. WC final probability. Alright, RR. Southgate will fail. You think so? What if not fail? He might go on well so far, man. He might go on well so far. Hey, Morgan Wittick. Big up yourself, my wife. What you mean? What? I don't know what you're talking about, but I think because I say me not like France. My wife is a French supporter. So soon you should come out and say, Prento will be a champion/Premier League match between England and France tomorrow. I'll leave that. I can't answer, but we'll see. Call me back after the match.
Don't be surprised if game with England and France play like a finals.
Yes, man, and I think that's what Gary I make reference to. Yes, and I'm saying I'm expecting a very good game. I'm expecting a very tight game, a very end-to-end attack at some point. Sometime both teams will have to cool down the temper and try to work out each other. That's how I think this game will go. So for those of you who are serious, you can go just bet. I'm trying to get a poll on the set for the next show. Because Monday night, we'll have a lot to talk about Monday night. A whole lot to talk about Monday night. So we'll have a poll, or probably about 2 polls Monday night. Alright? Ava Morgan with it again, wifey. Hey, I am watching. What you say about France again? Listen me. When you come for the show, come. Hey, watch it. Taffy, a first lady that I deal with me, so First lady.
My first lady need me, I know.
First lady, I said, boy, listen, your first lady need you, know. I soon let you go, man. Don't worry yourself. First lady say, hey, I'm watching. What you say about France again? Me can't talk nothing bad. All I'm saying, madam, wifey, is that I never support France. So I would feel good if England could beat them. And I'm not bad mind, not because my team gone home, because we helped to sail them off on a very big private jet this afternoon. Alright, so no indicted feeling. France a good side. I like Mbappe, but as a team, France never really support them. I like them team. I like what them play. Can't take none from them. Alright? So Coach Taffy, this is the final moments of this show. I know you want to go. I'm giving you could take any much you want, but I'm giving you 3 minutes, Taffy, just to conclude or to say whatever you want to say to our viewers, to your fans, to Adrenaline Faithful. Just to give us maybe an insight of what to come. But your final words. And I will not interrupt you, sir. Uninterrupt right now. Your final words. If you want to take 3 minutes or 5 minutes, it's yours. Go ahead.
Well, first and foremost, thanks again, to the viewers and all the supporters, to the Saudichress show and to Coach Taffy and the Edwin Allen family. We really appreciate you so much, for everything that you have done so far, in regards of supporting, right? And I want all of you to know that, if it wasn't for your support, you're the 12th man, as they would say, which, we know and see all the time. You help to push us and roast on that wave to do well, right? After 58 years, Edwin won their first silverware in under 19 schoolboy football competition, and that was history. And we continued with the history. The same 2022, we reached back finals again. To reach at the finals is never easy. Never easy. It wasn't easy, I can tell you that. journey is always a great challenge, and those histories, it can't be changed again. It's set, and we didn't bring in a cup, last week, but we reached the finals, and the experience is good for us, good for the boys to continue next season, so that we can, make you proud, hopefully next season and the season after, because we don't just want to win the Costa Cup one time. We want to win it more than one, but we have to do it one time first, right? Hopefully, the program will continue to grow. There are potholes need to be filled, right? And I know with the support from the principal, the school, the past students, PIBA, and other past students who want to join in, and the Transiamos family. There's a group called Transiamos, in XM Club.
Okay.
I know we will grow as a family continuously, and everybody else who is looking out from the outside and listening from the outside, Coach Taffy, want to thank you, right? And for all my assistant coaches who are watching, I want to take the time out to thank all of you, and the players who are watching too. I want to take the time out to thank you too. I really enjoyed the season, working with you, working beside you. It was challenging but wonderful at the same time. And to the Saudichress show, and Saudi, out of nothing comes something. Last year this time, Saudichress show didn't exist. So we are growing, and these are the things we have to look at. Growth. If you are not evolving as a person, as a group, that means you need to check yourself. And I think the Edunallen family is really evolving over the last 3 or 2 years, right? And Saudi, you continue the journey. The support is beside you, right? And we are always going to support you no matter what, right? And you have no idea what you have done what you're doing for us. And we appreciate you so much. Thanks again.
Taffy, maximum respect, man. Maximum respect. I can tell you that. It was a pleasure having you here tonight. I am sure that, the entire fans really wanted to hear from you a long time ago. We tried to reach. We know that whenever you come, or whenever you reach here, it would be a very, very good discussion and conversation. I really want to say to you, Coach Taffy, please, wherever you are, wherever you will be in the next couple of months, continue to do your background work, continue to think, because PIBA, the Pasadena Ballers Association, have supported the program wholeheartedly. If we could do more, I'm sure PIBA would have done so. But with what we have and what this team, this PIBA, is able to do, I am so sure that in the near future, things will be bigger and better for the football program in general. Again, I really want to say maximum respect. I want to say to you, keep up the hard work, and as long as we are here, we are sure that we will drive towards not just to say a better program, but we really want to set the pace for you, Edunallen. Again, big up to you and your coaching staff, the school, the principal, the students, the entire community of Frankfield and neighboring community, all the well-wishers, persons who never attended Edunallen but just love the vibes. We see one Yabati came on this earlier who wanted to make contributions, and we continue to say well done and continue. But before we go, I just want you just to leave with you the final comments in the chat. Cricket at Taff, Cricket saying at Taff 100%. RR, big up Taffy. GR8, job on the mission. What is that? Jabana Nishan.
No love, no cricket.
Yes,
Lessons.
yes. You know who name RR?
RR.
I think Ryan. You know. Ryan, are you that? Why, man, they come with some names.
Yeah, well, Ryan, bless up yourself, Ryan.
Whoever you be, man, maximum respect, RR.
Yeah,
you
man.
don't know, you don't know, you
Yeah,
don't know.
man.
Whoopi Brown, Saudi, the Arab. I go buy Liverpool some Mbappe. Mbappe might come to Liverpool. Hey, listen me now, man. We have to sell that club there if you want to buy Mbappe, boss. I tell you, this present would not spend so much money. Now spend more $108 million for any players. Again, I want to big up our sponsors, but by so doing, I just big up the sponsor right here, right now with what he has in mind. And so this sponsor has a show coming up. It is being actually showed on screen right now, but we want to play a video. We want to give you a real advertisement of this particular
This is Silvercat, aka Iron Claw, and you are invited to a Deja Vu retro party, seeing Saturday, the 17th of December, at Summerfield, Clarendon. Make the date and don't be late. Special guest, Fabulous, and I Silvercat, Iron Claw. Holy for big sound, I got did it, you know.
Yeah, man,
they don't know, you know, trophy for the best retro sound, you know. And watching a man, admission $500, $1,000 at the gate. Make the date and don't be late.
Alright, people, if you notice on the advertisement, the poster, the date has changed from what you heard in the video. And it is done so because it should have been the 17th or the 18th. But because of the implementation of the state of emergency, he has to push it back because on that date, we'll have the state of emergency. I was told that it would be lifted either the 19th or the 20th. And so this show is now the 20th. But just for what it's worth, for the last time, I'll just play it again. And please remember, it's not the 17th. It is the 21st. Alright?
This is Silvercat, aka Iron Claw, and you are invited to a Deja Vu retro party, seeing Saturday, the 17th of December, at Summerfield, Clarendon. Make the date and don't be late. Special guest, Fabulous, and I Silvercat, Iron Claw. Holy for big sound, I got did it, you know. You don't know, you know, trophy for the best retro sound, you know. And watching a man, admission $500, $1,000 at the gate. Make the date and don't be late.
So that is the retro party coming out of Summerfield in a very short time. So Ramai Donaldson, great is GR8 for short. Big up yourself, Mr. Botti, team manager for the Edunalin football team. Again, my viewers and listeners, I'm very grateful for having you tonight. This has been the Saudichress show, and I'm sure that you have enjoyed a wonderful 2 hours with our own coach Tafari Burton, the man they call Taffy, Ras Taffy, who have led Edunalin to their first silverware for over 58 years. They Ben Francis Cup last year, and they were on a mission to win the Doncaster Cup. Unfortunately, we have failed out, and he was able to bring back his team to the Ben Francis Cup final. Again, we were beaten by a very good Glenmuir team, a team that came out for revenge. And so that is the nature of football. That is how it is. The good thing about it, the boys competed well and they represented their school very, very well. I want to also thank all the coaches and football teams for this year's competition. I want to big up Stets, who this afternoon, earlier, have won both under 14 and under 16 competition. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about youth programs, that is the way to go. And so for the Champion League final tomorrow, we'll see JC up against KC. That will be another battle of schoolboy supremacy as it relates to football. Again, this is where we leave you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for staying. Thank you very much for participating. And may God bless you. See you Monday night, 8:30